Welcome to Esnkaz tutorials of installations, repairs and more. Today I'm going to show you how to install the rear suspension on the Ninebot MAX using the tools that come with a suspension. Please follow step by step so you don't make the extra steps, and please pay attention to the changes that are made in the installation of this suspension. If you liked my video, please give thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let's begin. Today we're going to learn how to install the rear suspension in the Ninebot MAX G30. As you can see, this is a box how the way it comes. So let's unpack it and see how it is. Okay, and the tools. What we are going to do before doing anything is separate the parts of screws and parts that it comes for the installation. I'm gonna try to use just the tools that come with the package for installation. So these are the reflective stickers that is going to go in the regular forks from the scooter, and these are going to be the ones for this too. So we have those on the side. We have the fender over here. So the fender screws are these ones. So what we're going to do, we're going to put them together right there, and then the two small ones also for the fender. Not from the fender exactly, but they will go over here, and this is for the lights. Two screws separate, and then it's another four that has a flat, small head. They're very small actually, the screws. These are for the size of the scooter. So we have 4 screws for it, and then we have 4 screws, long ones, that are for the actually to hold that are attached to the scooter. To attach to the scooter, and it's going to be this one, this position. So what we're going to do here, as we can see, the way that it comes this way. So we're going to pull it out, turn it at once, and that's going to be your position as how it's going to go on the scooter. And then we're going to have 4 screws that are going to be for that. Now in this part over here, as we can see, the torque head number 15, that is the one that we use to remove all the screws from the battery cover. I'm gonna show it to you guys. This is actually the one. It has very small hole, so but it still does the job if you work along with it. We're gonna try to do it only with the tools that it comes with a kit. The only one we're not gonna use is the one to remove the wheel, because unfortunately it's the wrong side. For the wheel is number 18, and this is a 19 and 17. So this is a wrong keys. It's not for this scooter. So what we're gonna use, I'm gonna use the socket. In addition of that, we're gonna use the one small little a flat screwdriver, and the heat gun. That's gonna be to remove the reflective stickers. So, and also I found that these screws also, they are wrong side, as I installed in another scooters. These are for this ones, for these little forks. And they are supposedly, they will need to go right here in these 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the screws don't actually attach to anything. So it's just, they basically don't work unless they were need to be installed first, I believe, and go in a different position. This is the way that they should be installed. This is where the screw goes. So we're not going to be able to install this one because the screws are wrong. Now we're going to change actually because this needs to change. The guy wants a regular from the chart set to match the colors. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this one. And again, we're going to use only, just let's remember, this is the position of the how it's going to go on the scooter. So we don't want to mess up this, because this is the position of the hook that holds it together. So we want to make sure that stays. So here is about 1/2 inch, the distance that is going to be from here. And let's begin. We're going to use a thread locker for this too, and it's a blue thread locker. Here also it should be this key. I believe we have all what we need to work with over here, aside that those over here. So what I prefer to do always is do my settings in the part that I can actually work with before actually installing it. So we're going to start with this. So to do this replacement, all we need to do is first of all, before doing anything else, we're going to actually lose the spring, the original that it comes with. Lose it completely, remove it so it's loose complete, as you can see right there. Then the next step is going to be grab the 2 Allen keys that come in the set, in the kit. We're going to put one on each side, and you're going to turn it. And we want to remove only one side. These are all the tools that comes with the kit, and they basically they'll do the job. Right there, so we have the 2 screws. We don't have to move them far away. So we move this one aside so we don't mess up. We get everything together at once to the side, right there. And then we get this part out. We get the spring out along with the washer from the top. So what we're gonna do is simply we're gonna use this hard one. We're gonna make sure that all these parts stay together. We bring it back in. And we simply just put it in. For now, we don't have to even tighten it or anything. Let's put it to hold, and that's it. So that's all we're going to do over here. We're gonna put the pin back in, the second one in, and now we're ready to place this part back in position. Now for this, it already has some thread locker, but it's very little, so we're gonna use new. Now that we have the thread locker on it, as we can see, it has the blue thread locker. So what we're gonna do here is do like that. Put the screws back in. This we don't need to tighten it up because we're gonna have to once we put the fender in, we're gonna have to readjust it once with the wheel together. Once the wheel is installed, we're gonna readjust this to put it in position as best fit. So these screws, we're gonna lift them a little loose. Now that we have it right there, so what we're gonna do is next step is we're gonna tighten up this a little bit. Now when we are ready fully to install this, as we can see, we don't need to move it. And again, we need to leave like one finger is about 1/2 inch distance, and we wanna do this installation actually before anything else, because it's difficult to put these Allen keys once the tire is installed. So we wanna tie it up a little bit. And again, we want to tie it actually a little bit tight, so it's fully staying in there already. Unfortunately, these things are like wood; they're really bad, so they're not professional tools or anything, so they might get damaged quickly. So what we're gonna do here, in case that we need to move the position later, that's why we're not tying this one fully yet, because if we need to move them, once we tie this fully, this thing will not move. So we put it in position. Once we have it in position, we're gonna tie it up fully, completely to the max, so it stay in position. So now this, we can work on it later on. Right now, we're just gonna put it a little bit pressure so it stays in position, not making too much noise. So again, this is going to be turned, it's going to be that way, that's going to be the position on the scooter. Now on this side we have two screws on each side. So as we can see them, I mean the screws are in the inside position, but this is because of the installation of the, as you can see, let's put this out. So the washer is going to be one on each side. But as we can see here, this one, the way it is installed is because this part, I believe this is from some other scooter. Anyways, so the position of this, for this to roll and not to be putting pressure to the screw, we're gonna flip them over and we're gonna put them this way so we have full circulation. And the part that actually is gonna be moving a lot, which is this one. The scooter part, it doesn't move, but it turns a lot. This is the one that has the movement up and down, up and down. So it's up and down like this, and then this part is the one that's going to move. So we want to make sure that this part, this screw is the one that is going to stay here, and the one that is going to put pressure towards inside is going to be the screw actually. So and it's going to go one on each side. So we have it right there. We have those two out. That one already has thread locker and it's not being used, so we're gonna keep that one that way, like that. So now that we understand how this works, how this is supposed to be installed, we're gonna put the next one is going to be the fender. Normal position, this is the front to the side. So this would be going that way, but he wants to install it in this way so it covers more, and also it has that sporty way, sporty look on the scooter. If you have your professional tools, it's better, but I'm gonna try to do them with the ones that it comes with it, so we actually see that they work. Again, the only one you're not gonna be able to use is the one for the nuts of the wheel, because it's unfortunately the key that the wrench that comes with it, it's a wrong size. You might still be able to put some pressure on it, but you risk the nut to become loose. I'm gonna damage because of again, it doesn't fit properly. For this, we're gonna have to use a little plier actually, which doesn't come with this. We're gonna try to hold it like that, see what happens. Yes, pins, we need to have a plier for it. Let's use a wrench. Let's use a small wrench, proper tool for it. So if you have a little wrench, it's good. Also, a wrench like that will be able to get you out the wheel. Okay, so that's about it. That's the installation of the Fender. Now let's loosen up a little bit the screws on the side so we have flexibility to work once installed. Now we're gonna make sure that these screws are fully tight, because these are not gonna move ever again. Yeah, these are really tight. Alright, so now that we know where the screws are going to go, the position is going to go, we're going to start the installation of the next part. Let's move on to the next side. So now the way I want to do this is, now I have the scooter right here. Just want to show you, unfortunately, that the screwdriver that comes with it to do this step, and the way I do it, I prefer to do it, is this way. So the screw, unfortunately the screwdriver it comes with it is too small, it doesn't reach, so I'm gonna have to use a regular long screwdriver. So as you can see, that the screws we're gonna get out are the 4 screws that are inside here that holds the light, because once we turn the scooter to the other side, that it has to be removed, and we're gonna do it. So we're gonna try to avoid extra steps. So in this, we're gonna show actually how to remove the screws from here too. So let's begin with this one first. The screws, they don't need to come out fully from here. This is, we're gonna open it just to get a little bit of wrench of this cable out from the scooter. This one, sorry. This cable has to come out at least 3 inches more, 3 inches and a half actually, to cover the full wrench of that is needed. Now I have the scooter open. As we can see, the screws will not come out fully. If you don't pull them out fully, they will stay in there, so it's easy. So you don't have to be dealing with the screws later on. You just put it back in and screw it in. So next step, so we're gonna, this usually comes tied up with some extra thin oil here, some zip tie. So in this case, I mean, this has already been removed. So we're not gonna touch anything else. We're not gonna plug anything from here, nothing from here. So we're gonna avoid that step. So, and what we're gonna do is, this is a seal for to protect from the water to come into the chamber of the battery and the controller and electronics. So what we're gonna do is just push it out, push it in a little bit more, like something like that. So the wrench we're gonna need to do this part over here is about 3 inches length that is gonna come out until here. So we're gonna try to give that to this already, and try not to the wires not to touch the corners because they're very sharp. So I want to make sure that it is protected properly, because that could do damages. This is very important for you guys to do it properly. Remember that everything is connected, so you don't want to have any inconveniences due to it. Now that we have that part already taken care of, we have that part over here. We didn't plug this, we didn't plug the other wire, which is for the, this is the one that goes to the controller, also from the motor. We don't want that, to remove it. So the next step is going to be remove the screws from there, as I was saying earlier. So we need this heat take over there. We can get the screws later on. We're not going to need them anymore for this installation. That's it. So we got this out. Now this part now is not going to be installed over here. It's going to be inside. The way that I install it personally, I like to do it so that this is stay inside the scooter once we've done it. Now that we have this part already out, we know that, so everything's good. So we want to make sure this stays safe. If you guys want, you can put it back, or if it's not, like me, I'm not going to do it. So what I'm going to do is just put it on the side, right there. So I'm going to bring the scooter back to position, standing position. So we're going to bring this up. As you can see, that's done. The fender is broken, so we don't want to do it too much, just a little bit so the glue gets a little loose. That will do it. And the next step is going to be the small flat screwdriver. What did I do with it? Alright there. So we're going to start from front to remove it. So we have 1 screw, and number 2 is right there. So what we're gonna do is leave it all the way until there. Now we're gonna grab our Allen key that is 2.5 millimeters, and we're gonna start removing those screws out. So we don't want to pull them out fully. So again, if you leave the screws in place, we don't have to be looking at mixing them up later on. So we're gonna try to keep them inside the same parts that we're gonna remove, because they're gonna have to come back to the same place anyways. As we can see, the screws are gonna be right there. They're gonna stay right there. So what we do is just gentle, put it like that, and then we can put out the fork aside, and we know that the screws are gonna stay inside. They're not gonna fall off. So, and again, once we're ready to put it back, just remove it a little bit like that and put it back in. So we're gonna put this inside. We're gonna do that. And again, to keep the screws in place, keep it like that, put it on the side. Now we're ready to remove this one. Again, this key is, as we can see over here, it is number 19. So this one is not good. Fortunately, it's not gonna be able to use it. So we're gonna use a socket number 18. Socket number 18 millimeters. That's the one we're gonna use. We're gonna put it in position. Now we're gonna begin with installation. First of all, we're gonna do this. Normally, this was already pre-done already, but what you do is just put your head dryer or heat gun just in this area. So this, when you lift it up, becomes clean and it's able to do. So you can see this one is already pre-done and it was not done properly. So your dirty this will need extra glue in order to put it back. The glue that to use in this part is the one for the shoes. Fortunately, we don't have that over here. So it's gonna have to go back the same way as it came. Right there. So now this one is, it will be the torque number 15, the same one that it unlocks the underneath of the scooter. But once it's loose, we can use this one actually, but torque head, it will get damaged with it. So let's see what's the Allen key that comes with it over here. This Allen key, which is number 15, actually for it, that's the one that is going to be help to remove the screws. So now, as we can see, we remove those 4 screws. Over here is the ones that they're connected to 1, 2, 3, and 4. That we removed them already from underneath, so we have that empty. So now the next step is going to be to get, as we can see, it comes with a screwdriver. Let's try to get this out with it. There, so we pull this out like that, and then we just, this guy already broke this thing. We're gonna have to test it before actually install it. And he lost 1 screw already here as well. He has a different type of screw in there. Okay, can see this. Alright, so this is generally a small little, there is 2 screws over here that are Philip, and this is a different type already. So it seems that it's being modified. Let's find the right here we go. Alright, so I got the Allen key that actually works to get this out. That's it. So to get this out, what we do is just push it out, straight out, and that's how the light comes out. And now this one over here, you need to actually remove this part, this one, in order to get it out. So, and it's very easy. irritate your nails or something. You can use also a flat screwdriver to help you to get this part out of the way. Basically, this little part is not needed anymore for this new installation. Okay, so this is not going to need it. So that's out. And actually, before I install it, I want to test it. I didn't get a chance to see the stuff before actually putting back in. Alright, let's see what happens. And no, it's good, it's good. It is good. Oh, the brake. Good. So we're in business. Alright, so it's good. Alright, so this fender is not needed anymore, so we're gonna put it aside. Alright, so now we have that part done, we're gonna need to have something to put this let's screw it up. I'm gonna use the same box that I'm gonna need. Suspension. And it's important to have something like that. Actually, if you do it and close to the floor, it's actually better. So I mean, you have space actually to work with. Here it's a little dangerous because it's very high and it's not on the floor. I have my own table to work with, but I decided to do it here so I have more space to show. So as we can see, that is almost done. These screws are already a little loose, so it's we're gonna get that out right now. So first of all, as I was saying before, it's always best to install all your little parts. We could install it right here and get it through it, but it's best just to keep it away from the wheel. So as I was saying in the beginning, there's 2 screws for it, which is this ones right here. So 2 little screws, they come separate, and those are for the lights. And we have a new little bag for extra screws. All right, first time me doing this thing with the little tools. Okay, so we have it right there. It's going to go, as we can see, this is how it sits on the scooter. That's how I see that part. So in this one over here, it has this gap. So I like to put my wire right there and goes and get it all the way inside the scooter. So there is not too much wire, too much length of wire outside. And what I do is tie it up over here. So we're gonna do that right away. You see, the extra part off, and that's it. We have the light already installed. So again, we have all the parts that is going to be for it. We have it ready. So the next step, it is going to be to remove the wheel off the way. So for that, we have this. And if you leave it like that, this will not come off because of the secure washers underneath. So in any case, you're gonna have to remove them. Best way to do it, then we take one, we hold it like that, we go to the next one, remove it completely. Make sure this wheel doesn't fall because the wires can get broken. So again, we hold the wheel, remove the secure locks. That's it, it's out. Now we have the wheel completely off the way. And we can actually fully work in our next part. So next thing is going to be, we are going to put this thing in position. All right, so we are going to put it like that, see? As we can see it right there. So we're gonna have to use the same screws that screw come with. Gonna use the same as it came and scooter original parts. So again, here we go, thread locker. So now we have with the thread locker screws, we're gonna do is remember we are going to put this wire like this that is gonna have to go that way. As we can see, it's a big channel over here. As we see it on the side, and this will be perfect. So see that the wire will go under right there. So that's how the installation we are going to do in this one. We're going to put it in the channel like this, and then we're going to put our bracket on top of it. Don't worry, we'll not damage it because it has a channel on there. Now I'm going to show you once it's installed. I'm going to show how this is going to be. This shouldn't be also tight. It has to be loose. So I mean, a piece able to move with your hands. If you feel that it's not entering just by your hands, so it just means that it's not in position. So just wiggle it until you find the right position. Now when we are doing this, pressing the screws, we wanna go gentle, and as we push in, we're gonna do this. That way we don't, when we put a whole pressure, they might break. So we wanna, test them and feel them. Once we feel that, and we see that actually the Allen key it kind of like bends. So that's meaning that the screw has reached the maximum pressure that you can put on. So you can see it doesn't move. So that means that's done. We have it ready. And make sure always they are all the way in, not just on top. Okay, so that one is done. So now we can lose this part from here. All right, so as we can see, this thing is fully loose. This will go in and out. So that's the best way to do it. So we don't have wires actually sticking out outside. So again, this we'll need to put some extra glue over here, and as we can see that the original screws also they flat, so they're okay too. They're good. So next thing is going to be to install this part, and to do that, using the same fillet screwdriver that comes with it, we're going to remove this part because these ones are the originals and they are too thick. That's it. So now we're going to go to the next part, which is going to be installing the metals that comes for this one. Again, it's this ones. As we can see, these corners over here, they're sharp. They're not sharp. The sharp ones are the ones that are going to go against the metal like this, and the longer part is going to go to the top like this. As we can see, longer to the top, smaller to the bottom, but in the inside of the frame of the scooter. And the screws we are going to use for this are the ones that are very small and flat head. As you can see, they are very small and the head is flat. So, and there is 4 of them. So those are the ones for this installation, this part of the installation. Again, we want to use thread locker for them. So I'm gonna put these parts inside, and as we can see, I mean, it's very easy to identify what side is going to be. As we can see, this is the shape, the side is, the corner is shaped, the other side is sharp, so that sharp side is going to go against the metal. again using the same screwdriver that comes with the kit. Alright, are we doing it, guys? So this is again, it's for you to see that this is possible. Get it done with the tools that it comes with the kit, installation kit. Alright, so now it's installed and it's secure. So now we're gonna bring this part back down, right there. So again, as I was explaining earlier, these are the parts that are going to be, the screws are going to be attached to it. So we want to make sure, if we put it this way, they will still work, but I found that it's best that the movement over here where this screw is going to be in. This is actually the holder, the screw that it attaches is this one. So the one that it has the movement is over here, this part. That's the one that has more movement. So I want to make sure that that's going to go inside there and not actually the screw facing this side. We want to put it to that side. So this one is the one that's the holder, and then we put the screw in. Logically, that's that way. And this one already has a thread locker. It's not been used, so we're going to use the same. So again, we just push it in, put our screw in, our base. See, it's right there. So now we're gonna put and as we can see, this one is for the size of this the holder, not from the screw. The screw will be like loose over there, like a jumping from one side to another. So we want to make sure that this once you tighten it, it fits actually in the other part, not in this one. So again, the kit, it comes with 2 Allen keys that are the same size, and this is for this also. Oh gosh. Again, be patient that you will make it work. We are doing it only with the kit that comes with the tools that comes with the same installation. So on this one we're gonna put as well, we're gonna put a lot of pressure to it. Right, so now we have it right there, so it started. So we're gonna do the other one. We see we have one washer. So this is the base of that it holds it. The screw is gonna go up from the outside towards the inside, like this. Screw like this, tacks. All right, so we put it right here because that's where the movement, most of the movement goes. Like that, and then we're gonna put the screw towards inside. That way. Hold it. One Allen key. Put the other one on the other side. When this thing is like that, also it doesn't get to it, is because, again, as I was explaining, it's because of the washer on the side. This one is not in position. So if that's the case, you want to lose it a little bit, and then try to find it, hold it, so it stays in the very center. So once you do this, push it, hold it. And then the next movement is gonna be from the inside Allen key, and that's gonna get you to the fullest. Now it's gonna be able to be really tight, fully flat. And make sure that it's fully flat and tight. All right, so we got that one down. As we can see, this one is already in place, so it doesn't need to be moved. But let's show so we actually can see what happens. We can see this thing move, because the screw size is different. It's a little more, it's thinner. So, but once it's in the center, that will tie properly. See no movement from there. That's mean it's good. And that's it. Actually, let's install the wheel. So we have it actually in a better understanding how this is going to be. And again, the wheels, the front and the rear, they also have the secure lock over here. They are square. So if you feel that the wheel doesn't want to come down or something like that, it's because this thing is tight. It's attached to it when you are uninstalling it, removing the nuts. So now, as we can see over here, there's no way to put the secure washers. So that one's unfortunately. I want to make sure that this is really tight. Alright, so next step is going to be finalizing the installation of it. Now we can remove the box. And as we can see, it goes that way. As we see, we have halfway, as I was saying in the beginning, half an inch distance from here will do perfectly fine. So this will go sitting right there. So now that we see that there is a little loose, we're gonna put it to that side. We're gonna push it. And meanwhile, it's in that position. What we're gonna do, put our Allen keys and secure it. This has to be absolutely tight as well, so that part doesn't move anymore. Now we're gonna test it one more time, so we know that this thing will be able to come out, seats, attach, so we're good. Catch doesn't fit anymore in this table. And as we can see, this is tight, but we're gonna try to still tie it up a little more. That's about it. So that one's done. Now we're gonna get our spring to a tighter position. So we have actually enough tension on it. Now you can see this wire is gonna have to be actually placed properly. This has to be staying like that because remember, this thing will go down, not up. So as long as you keep it that way, it's good. And as we see, it's off the way, so it's just not under. It's not gonna be in the way underneath or anything like that. So now we're gonna secure the size of it. And for that, we actually need to put it in position like this. So that's about it. That's installation of the top. Now we have it ready to lock it from the underneath. And I'm going to show you how to do that part now. I'm going to be showing exactly how to do that part. So let's lock the scooter with everything. Let's bring it to this position. All the way down like that. Now we have it right here. As we can see, this thing is already, we can actually get it off like that. It's out. Now to make it fit, we're gonna have to cut it. We can actually use something sharp or a knife, such of it. Just be careful not to cut the wires. And it's preferable to do it. You see this, that the square part is the top, the bottom one is the one we're gonna cut. Like this, so we have the wire completely free. Now the installation is going to be here. So as you can see, this it's already been fixed, possibly when he broke the fender. So luckily we're going to be able to put that part inside the scooter. And as we can see, this has the mark how it goes. This little slot over here, it has over here a pin, so that's the one that is going to go like this. That's how much. So now what we do is simply put it back in. Now we're going to be able to actually, this one also the same way. So now we know what the distance exactly is going to be. Like this. And now we really just need to tackle the wire saying. And again, seals make sure that they are in position so the water doesn't come in like that. As you can see, like this. We put this one on. We use our funny key that it comes with a kit. We seal the screws, and that's it. That is all it needs for this installation for the rear suspension. Install the forks again. So we get our screwdriver, and we start from the front because that's what we did. We do that, and as we remember, our screws are there. You can see the big hole. That's the one that is going to cover this part. We set our fork. Grab our 2.5 millimeter Allen key. This is my professional, but anyways, there is one also that the kit provides. And this way, if you don't remove fully the reflector, it's better because actually it doesn't get dirty. So you just keep it right there. You put it back once it's installed. Like that. Same Allen key. Just go to the size. Don't push the center. All you need to do is push the size, the very edges, one pass, and that's it. Now repeat the same story with the other side, and it's completed. That's the complete installation for it.